be showing you some things that you can customize or personalize that you have just around the house using vinyl. I use a machine called the Cricut, and I use their vinyl too, but I'll show you everything in the video. So this is just showing you different items that you can kind of look at and say, hey, I can add more to this. Even if it looks plain in the store, buy it, go home, and then you can make it your own using the Cricut machine. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my Cricut mat out, my Cricut design space on, and if you can see, I have my daughter's names. I already put them on and ready to go. I have black vinyl, and my project is these two coin jars that I found at Target. They were $3, I believe. Yep, $3. And I really wanted to have piggy banks for my daughters. Angelina already has one, but it's really tiny, and I don't have the same one for Hannah, so I figured these would be really fun and not glass, which Angelina's current one is glass. So these ones are ones that they could actually, you know, throw around because it's just tin and it's not a big deal. So I got these Crayola and then cans, and then I'm going to take their names and I'm going to personalize them on the back, because if you have kids like I do, you know that you can't just have the same item without a name on it, because it's like, you know, the worst thing in the world, and they'll already probably still fight over them because they're the same color. But it's like, I can't get the different color either, because then they don't have the same. So you really can't win. I can only imagine a mom with twins. I can't. So my color is hot magenta, and I'm going to go ahead and get started by printing their names and putting them out on their tins. Okay, so I put this down. I like to use the brayer or the roller, and I roll it down flat. And then that way I'm ready to put this on my Cricut machine. So I come over to my Cricut and I'll insert the mat. I hit the load button, which I don't know if that worked as well, so there we go. So I load it, and then when it's ready to cut, this light will blink. You always have to make sure that your dial is on the correct thing. Where mine said iron on, I need to change it to vinyl because that's what I'm printing on. And it says it's ready to cut, so I just have to hit the C, the blinking button, and then it will cut my letters for my daughters. Okay, now that I've gotten the letters, I weeded them out so they're ready to go. Angelina's name was too separated, even on the screen, even when I tried to do the tricks that I know another one, but it would take too long. So I just cut it in half, and then when I put her name on, I can just do it separate and then match it up as good as I can, so it's fine. But I'll do Hannah's first because hers is perfectly intact. Okay, so I like to use the strong gripped transfer tape, and as you can see, I've used this a lot, and I have this sheet to just put it back on. Transfer tape, the really important thing is you can use it over and over and over again, so you shouldn't just like use it once and throw it away. This is stuff that, it's gold. Keep it for a long time until it's not doing its job anymore. So I'm going to take off the transfer tape. I'm going to go ahead and put it right on her name. And then I like to use the scraper tool, and I just make sure like I push it on really hard so it's going to pick up all the letters. All right, that should be pretty good. Obviously this piece of transfer tape is pretty big, but I don't want to cut it because I like the size. It's typical for like most of my projects. So I'm going to grab a can. I'm going to find the spot that I want to put her name, where I'm pretty sure I want to put it on this side. So I'm going to match that up and say okay. Alright, so now here's the important part. When you're taking the vinyl off, you want to go slow. Trying to say, yeah, you really want to go slow and make sure it's picking up all the letters. And this is not the time to rush because you don't want anything to mess up. So if you just peel it nice and slow, all the letters come off. Okay, good to go. I've now transferred my word to my transfer tape. And I'm going to take my can now, make sure everything is the way I want. I'm going to match it up on the can. I think this looks pretty good. So I like to put down one side at a time, and then as I go, I finish out the letters. Okay, again, I like to use my scraper tool, and I make sure that it's really on there. Alright, that's probably good. I did a little extra, but... So same thing here, when you are peeling the vinyl, you actually want to make sure that when you're peeling, too, you get it like flat, and then you just go really slow. Okay, so far so good. Oh, okay, so if it does that, if it peels up a little bit, I always just put it back, and you can either smooth it with your finger or with the scraper tool to just make sure that that part of the H sticks. Okay, my other tip is to use one of the Cricut tools that has, it has like the sharp point to it. And so I can help train this guy to just stay on here. Okay, good. The rest of the letters, the rest of the letter is cooperating. It is always hard when you have fancy writing for it to stick the way you want it to. And now that's a little screwy, but that's okay because I can fix it. So I'm just going to continue to peel. Hopefully this part of the end, oh, that part of the end wants to be a little screwy too. Having nails helps. Alright. I'm just going to go under with my scraper tool to make sure that it's flattening out. And that did it, so that's good. Just want to make sure with my other end. And even my A has a little topper. It's thicker though, so hopefully there won't be a problem. Sorry, you probably can't hear me with all that paper moving. Sometimes moving the way the paper is going, I find helps. So instead of going to the side, I'm pulling up now. That was a good thing for the N, but now the H has a curve too, so I might want to do the same thing as come from above. So instead of pulling that hook up, I'm going to pull it down. See if that works. I'm going to do my scraper tool. The thing with vinyl, guys, is you just really have to be patient. It's really hard for me because I like to just finish my projects, but I want it to look good and not have to redo it, so... I had to recruit my nail for that one. But if you don't have nails, obviously, you don't need to Ooh, that's a big no-no. You're never supposed to let the vinyl go back on. I mean, the transfer tape go back over the other stuff. Because then when you get it off, you have to go back over it. Okay. And so I just got to finish that one corner of the H. And then I'm done. And then there we have it. She has a nice little personalized piggy bank. Cool. I love it. I think it came out great. Took some patience, but that's okay. I'm really excited about that.